And we're live.
We're live now?
We are live.
Oh my God. We are live for the first time at the new studio.
Welcome to the Shitbox Studio.
Shitbox Studio in Belterre, Long Island.
Belterre.
We're trying to do a little something different here. This is something a little closer to home for us. Listen, let's start out by giving an extra big thank you to Mr. Tony Walker,
Tony.
Governor's
Tony.
Podcast Studios,
Yeah, T-Money.
and to Governor's Comedy Club. So Tony was, my God, he was incredible, and he was a very big help. He taught us much, and we will be keeping in touch. We'll be hearing more from him.
Might have a movie part 2 for you, Tony, if you're interested.
Oh, shit, Tony.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, Tony. In fact, my sister's birthday's coming up, and Tony does those murder mysteries.
Yeah.
So I didn't know this. Like, Diane told me I need to buy, dress up like a gangster. Is that a thing? I thought I could just sit there and drink and do the murder mystery, but apparently everybody's dressing up like The Sopranos or Al Capone.
Oh, from those time periods, too.
Yeah,
right?
you just got to dress like a gangster.
So who are you going to dress like?
I don't know. I remember like about before COVID, I auditioned for Boardwalk Empire. And I think I still have some of that set up. I have to go to storage and get my box of audition clothes. Because lately I've been just wearing anything, but you know what? I'm going to start doing better at my auditions. As I said, I need to get better. I want to get back in acting class. I want to start getting a larger selection of audition clothing. I just want to do better.
Do you know this shirt that I'm wearing, this outfit right here?
Yeah?
It was my first audition that I booked on FBI.
Right.
This is the outfit.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that right? And my coat,
Yeah.
I have the coat that Mott used to wear, and it's like falling apart. Diane's like, throw it out. I'm like, no, this is Mott's coat.
It's
You can't throw it
nostalgic.
away.
This is Mott. The pocket is ripped. It's all faded and frilled. And she said I look like a child molester. You know, she's always boosting up my confidence whenever she can.
Such a sweetheart.
My ass looks like a sheet of bubble gum. I look like a child molester.
Let's bring it in and cheers
Tough
to...
love. Tough love.
Tough love.
We are
She-
drinking a cocktail.
made by Mumsy.
This
Look at
is
me
the
shake.
Mumsy
Look at
Mixer.
the shakes.
Okay, and the
there
Mumsy
you go.
Mixer is... let me have a little taste.
Thank you, Christine's mom.
I'm going to try.
Mumsy.
This is new now, so we got to kind of, I think we should keep our eye contact level.
Okay, yeah, we're working
I
on.
look down to make sure, but we're constantly looking at the screen.
So,
Oh yes,
the Mumsy Mixer.
we should
This
be
is-
looking at the camera, right?
Well, yeah, we could look at the, yeah.
So, I want to say this is...
Might be a little creepy.
This drink I
Is it
created today is called Sex on the Bay.
Sex on the Bay, created by Mumsy.
Not to be confused with Sex on the Beach.
Sex on the Beach is vodka and peach schnapps with cranberry and orange, and this is orange liqueur.
Sex
You-
on the Bay.
Your mom made it.
She made the orange liqueur correct.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, she made it at
It is
home.
tasty. I'm having the tinglies, and I feel like I'm drinking just like just a nice fruit cocktail.
It is. And, you know, it's to bring in the spring Sex on the Bay.
Sex on the Bay. Sex on the Bay.
On the hard sand with the horseshoe, where the horseshoe crabs mate and drop off their offspring.
And where what are the bugs that bite you?
The green flies,
No,
I
but
don't
they
know.
do. They are there.
the
They-
sand fleas,
No, it starts with a C. Chitters?
chiggers.
Chiggers.
I thought chiggers are only like in like Africa because I saw them like get them in their feet. It looks painful.
No,
You got to carve them out.
No, you don't feel it. I
Oh.
got bit up. One like a week later, I had all these little red bites, and I
Jesus.
didn't know what the hell they were. And then we looked it up apparently, and from the neighbors that have lived there their whole lives, said that's what it was. And
Chiggers?
you don't even feel it; they just appear. And
Really?
it just looks like
Yeah.
a bad rash.
I was in my younger days. The girl I was dating, she wanted to go to Smith Point Beach. She's like, "Let's go make love in the dunes," which sounds good in the movie, but that's where all the green flies hang out, and they were attacking my ass.
Not to mention too all the ticks.
Yes.
The ticks hang out.
Really?
In the
My
dunes.
ass was exposed. That's all I'll say. And they were feasting on my buttocks. And I'm like, I can't take it anymore. As much as I want to do this, no.
Oh my God! You passed up sex in the dunes.
I was being attacked by green flies all over my ass.
Ugh.
And
They're horrible.
they're
The
evil.
horse
Green flies. You
green
ever get one
flies.
like you swim in a pool, it lands on your forehead, just bites you and takes off? You
Yeah.
motherfucker.
And they always come around 4, 5 o'clock when it's like almost like they're programmed to say it's time to get the fuck off the beach.
Yes.
Time to leave. Like we want to pack it up now.
They're like hired security.
It's basically what it feels like. Yeah.
They get your ass right off that beach and stay away from the dunes. Stay away from the dunes.
Do they draw blood as well?
I don't know about that, but I remember like seeing a green fly near my parents' house, and when it bit you, you're like, ow!
Yeah, you feel
It
it.
was like getting poked with a pin.
I will say a wasp sting is probably the worst of
Really?
all of the.
I never had a wasp. I've had a bee, and it felt like somebody put a cigarette out of me.
The wasp is like times that by like 5,000.
Wow.
Chris, it's enough to make you want to kill something.
Jesus. Oh, quick shout out to one of our fans, Karen Ryder in Milton, New York. We know she had that anal bleaching burn, that she was in the hospital for 5 days.
Oh, yeah.
Karen.
And if that wasn't bad enough, because she had face down, ass up, trying to heal, she got bed sores on her nipples. So that's where she is right now. She's on her back.
So we got Good Friday coming. Olive oil. Remember.
God bless you, Karen. We're
Just
glad to hear your ass is
around-
doing better.
around the
Around the buttocks. And so this is our first episode in the what we call Shitbox
Shitbox Studio.
Belterre, Long Island. And God, I stepped on the scale in the bathroom. I was horrified.
What?
I went to the gym yesterday, and I was so proud of myself. But then,
But wait, how much time did you log up in there?
honestly, I was watching the video. I read that audiobook, Atomic Habits, and it said if you just go, even if you just walked into the gym and left, if you did that every day for a few weeks, you would develop a habit. So I'm trying to develop a habit, but I went in there with the I said I was gonna work out. I was gonna do half a mile on the treadmill. I try to do a half mile under 10 minutes, which is a lot for me. I'm starting out, and then I would go do other workouts. So I did my half mile, but then I went over by, like I said, we were talking before, Planet Fitness. They need more of those cable exercises. They have one cable rack, and it's always hogged with some guy doing they're like one on each side.
Yeah.
You see the guy, he takes both of them, he starts doing cable crossovers. I'm like, hey, guy, this is Planet Fitness, all right?
I feel like the one guy that's on the cables at Planet Fitness has like 4 other gym memberships.
Yeah.
But they just feel like going there to like show off what they have that nobody gives a shit about.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, Joe, I think you're right
And
about this.
because
theory.
it's always like that odd one out where it's like, what are you
Right.
doing? You know, it's like,
Right.
and he's got the LA Fitness,
Yes.
and, the crunch and all the other
the boxing
bullshit.
gym.
Yeah, I don't know about
All
not the.
of
I
them.
don't think the boxing gym. Not,
Wow.
yeah, no, those types aren't at the boxing gym. Yeah, there's no egos at the boxing gym.
I saw at Planet Fitness, it was like after hours.
Yeah.
It was like me and maybe like 4 other guys, maybe one girl. The guy goes in front of the mirror, pulls his sweatpants down, just wearing underwear. And he's doing like these flex moves with his quad, almost like you see like a competitive bodybuilder would do. He was a big dude. So I don't know if he was competing in like a Mr. Natural or something like that, but he was doing that, he put the leg out forward and they kind of twist it and wiggle it a little bit. I'm like, this is a little inappropriate, guy.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah.
They say 21 days creates a habit.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to do, because I quit soda for Lent.
Ooh.
And normally 2 weeks off soda, I see a difference immediately. I have put on weight. And every time I tell somebody, they go, well, your body's slowing down. I'm like, shut up.
I don't believe that.
The body's slowing down. So for me, the biggest thing for me is sugar. It's really bad. and I depend on it, especially if I didn't sleep that good. I'll try to make it through the day with sugar. It's really bad. And if I'm driving, like the other day, last weekend, I did a show in Pennsylvania, and driving 6 hours home, I stop off at a Wawa or Sheetz.
Oh, Wawa.
Did you get a cup of meatballs?
I always get those meatball heroes at a Sheetz or a Wawa, especially Wawas. They taste like high school meatball heroes. I love them. And then I'll get, these are hard to find, but if I find my Milky Way Midnights, I'll get a couple of those. Sometimes at night, if I'm driving late, I'll get a cup of coffee. And yeah, it's a mess.
You know what it is?
I don't plan.
I've noticed as you get older is that you can cut the weight and get your blood work better faster, but you gain weight faster. So it's either you got to be, whereas like when we were younger, it's like you could go and eat anything. It would take a very long time to put on weight, I felt like. But now it's like, yeah, if you skip for like a month and you could put on 10 pounds easy, but then if you are consistent, then you can lose the 10 pounds just the same amount of time. So it's like everything's in short bursts. And that's why we have to like keep it up, you know. And not talking about my dick.
Talking about your dick?
Not talking about the dick. Not keeping that up. Keep up the workouts. And the
even today, like I was coming over here and I did good. I ate a decent breakfast, and then coming over here again. If I don't plan to fail, what was that? Plan to fail, fit. My wife always says it, Diane. If you don't plan to fail, if you don't plan, I don't know, but it means basically if you don't plan, you're gonna fail. And I'm driving here. I'm hungry. I'm like, I was getting pretty good at this. Where if I was hungry, I would order from like an Applebee's near you guys or wherever I was going, and I would pick up like a piece of salmon and some veggies. But what did I do? I surf and turfed at McDonald's. I got a fish sandwich and a hamburger. Did you ever do a McDonald's surf and turf?
Oh my
I
God.
used to do it all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, the fish fillet,
A hamburger.
the burger, fries,
And
nuggets. I never did what you got today.
what? And also I had
But I asked you what was in your hand.
it was a Shamrock Shake.
Yeah.
And Shamrock Shakes, it's always like, during Lent, you're trying to be a good Catholic, and they come out with the Shamrock Shake. I give up soda, I give up like bad habits, but I can't give up the Shamrock Shake because it's out for a limited time. And my mother used to take us to get Shamrock Shakes, and I need my Shamrock Shake.
They've been around that long?
They've been around since the 80s. It used to be, it's amazing what excited us when we were younger. We would get excited. It was just it wasn't mint flavored as it is today. It was it's just a green colored shake. So it's vanilla, but green colored. And to us, it was like the best thing in the world. It was the best thing in the world. We're getting Shamrock Shakes.
I've never had one.
Yeah, I didn't know they had those.
And then they went to mint in like the 90s. I heard they stopped for a while, then went back to mint. And now they hand stir the mint. They pour vanilla and they hand stir the, whether it's chocolate, whatever you get, they hand stir the syrup in there. And it's a little sentimental thing for me. And
So when does the Shamrock Shake stop being offered? to the
usually around April. It depends. Like I would like when I was obsessed with them, it would be the middle of April. I'm like, let me just see if they have one. And I pull over and like, do you still have Shamrock Shakes? Yes. So you could find one even after St. Patty's Day into April. It depends on how much syrup they have, I guess.
Oh.
If they have the syrup, they're going to keep making them. And they should have like an app where you can find out who still has the Shamrock Shake.
Yeah.
Or the McRib.
The McRib. I've never had the McRib. People go crazy over that. Never had it. The McRib.
Yeah. It's been years since I had that, but I remember the last time I had it. Something always changes. They change the ingredients, some cheaper way of making it or something. It was disgusting. I don't even think I finished it.
Speaking of disgusting, here in the studio they have a
You
full.
should pick your hat up a little bit. We can't see your eyes.
Yeah, let me turn my head around. But hold that thought. Say something, Joe.
At the
All right.
Shitbox Studio.
That's a theme song. for
Here in the
Shitbox.
studio, they have a full-length mirror, and it's amazing. The mirror at my house, I look good in that mirror. I gotta say, this mirror just showed me who I was. It showed me who I was, and I was like, oh my God, I'm taking on a new shape.
I wonder if the mirror that they have at the studio, though, is like skewed. It might make the person look wider.
It might be like a funhouse mirror.
Yeah.
What kind of shape would you say you've taken on? There's trapezoid, rhombus.
Hair?
Right? Am I
I feel-
saying the right ones?
I look like somebody blew up a
hexagon.
balloon animal. I look some kind of balloon animal. I
What-
feel like
Turned into what?
a very distorted poodle. It just doesn't look good, and even the shirt. I'm like, I'm never wearing this shirt again. I feel it looks disgusting on me, and I said I was going to lose all this weight. I feel like I've been teetering, even put on a pound or two, but this is it. I am done.
Yeah.
I am done. I'm making that drink tomorrow. It's going to be what do you call apple cider vinegar, baking soda, and lemon juice. I'm going to lose. I can't take it.
Just eat sweet potatoes. Baked
Sweet potatoes
with
good.
nothing on it.
Yeah.
And what I do is I'll get like we have veggies, spinach, and that's
Right.
it. Just eat that. Go on a veggie and sweet potato diet
Redefine fitness.
and do it for literally 2 weeks
Yeah.
and watch what happens.
I
My liver was high, and I was within a month. It was totally back to normal levels in a month.
bro, I saw a picture on Instagram of the before and after photos of people that have taken Ozempic.
Oh, my God.
I think it was Ellen DeGeneres. She was one. The
Ellen
girl
DeGeneres?
from Wicked, the new Wicked movie.
Cynthia Erivo?
Ariana Grande.
Ariana
And
Grande.
you see what it does to their faces. It makes their eyeballs sunken. You lose the fullness of your lips.
And the Ozempic neck, which is the most obvious thing that
Well,
happens.
it takes the fat out of your face.
And Ozempic now is being linked to thyroid cancer.
Thyroid cancer,
Yeah.
blindness, optical necrosis, they're calling it. And there's also
What's that?
something. There's the necrosis, which is like there's something else going on with the female anatomy.
Uvular
is-
necrosis.
It's basically all of the female organs are becoming atrophied and
Thing is,
Wow.
falling out.
people
The
just
organs?
Yeah.
Like the uterus? What do you mean?
Yeah, like there's this I'm trying to think of the proper term.
Excuse me while I tuck my uterus back in. Oh, this is so embarrassing on a first date. This never happens to me. I'm so sorry. I would go.
It's a real thing. It's like a vulva atrophy thing happening
Holy
from
shit.
yeah.
That's
But
horrifying.
people know about these things and they still take it. You know.
It's scary. I remember reading a survey. They surveyed bodybuilders. They said if you could have the perfect body for 5 years, but then you were dead after that, would you do it? And a lot of them said yes.
Isn't that
that's
sad?
Something like that. The
That's-
numbers are off, but they would rather have superior performance and athletes superior performance for the short term, and then like,
what's their superior body look like?
I
That's
don't
the
know, but
question.
you don't think about the person that's got to pay the price later on down the road. I have a friend that used to take a lot of steroids, a lot, and he used to do very, very well with the ladies. He was a big dude, good-looking guy, and I saw now he's about like 60, and I saw him like, oh my God.
What's he looking like these days?
Like a old catcher's mitt. No, it's like
Oh wow.
He lost all his hair.
he's got the hair,
Okay.
but something happened. Everything else just moved around. Like his teeth are all banged up, and the skin is old and
Yeah.
leathery and Ozempic-y, and
Doing that forever like that.
he looks about like he
I
looks
can't imagine what his heart is like. Right.
he looks about like 80. No, I would say 80. He looks about like 74. It's scary, and that's why I moisturize every day. But tomorrow I'm going to go to Redefine Fitness and get a little expensive, but I'm getting pre-made meals. I can't get a lot. When I was working out, when I was in really good shape, when I was in my early 30s, I was on one of those, it was muscle, some kind of it was the early stages of these companies that make your meals and send them to you. But what happened, I was ordering 3 meals a day. Then at the end of the week, I had 3 left over because I didn't eat them all. And next thing you know, I have a fridge full of uneaten meals. So then I knocked it down. You know what? Just give me a lunch and just give me a breakfast and a dinner. And it was helping. It was hype, with this place, Redefined Fitness, they measure out like these low-fat, high-protein meals.
They had this when you were in your 30s?
Huh?
In your 30s?
They had this when I was in my 30s, but it was a delivery service.
Interesting.
But now they have stores that you can just walk into. There's a few of them like this. You walk in and they're made turkey meatballs with whole wheat pasta, stuff like that, with broccoli.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get onto that. I came home last night. I'm disgusted with myself what I did last night.
Tell us the damage.
I went to the gym, and maybe I felt I owed it to me. I go to this open mic on Monday, and by my apartment, and that open mic is my Saturday, because I work weekends. During the day, I'm doing gigs or I'm writing or whatever. But that Monday comes, and I try not to have. I have about 4 or 5 of these pint glasses of usually like Tito's and Gatorade, whatever. And I had like 4 of them, and I got a little tipsy. Next thing you know, I'm home, and I just attacked. She just went shopping, and I attacked everything in their fridge. We had like a half of those quarts of pineapple chunks. I ate those. I ate this is from like 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. I ate the pineapples. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on sourdough, which I guess that's okay. I had 2 ice cream pops, the Eskimo bars.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, I had a chocolate chip scone. I had half a.
Did you dip it in anything?
No, I had half a tennis tube of
Tennis tube.
Pringles, half a tennis tube of Pringles. Wait, there's something else I'm forgetting. I'm sure I'm forgetting something else. And I was just like, I was so disgusted with myself. When I woke up the next day, I'm sitting on the edge of the bed. I'm like, ugh. And all of a sudden, I feel her walk in the room, and she walks around inside of me. She goes, "What the hell's the matter with you? What did you do?" It was almost like, she said, "What did you do?" I'm like, "I know." And I bowed my head. Then she would come back in like 5 minutes later. She goes, "And you ate the ice cream too? How many did you have?" I'm like, 2. I had 2 ice cream bars.
Oh, wow.
Is it because you would have something and then you would mosey back in?
Yes, I had something. What I need to do is.
It was partial boredom, maybe?
It was boredom. I was
Why
watching
don't you call us?
Huh?
Why don't you just call us?
I know. I was watching this movie with Sandra Bullock, where her sister gets taken away from her at a young age, and she tries to get her sister back. It's a little bit of an emotional movie. So, Diane goes to bed like around 10, 11 o'clock, and then it's my time. And so sometimes I'll write, but sometimes I'll sit on that couch and I'll watch a movie. And I watched the Sandra Bullock movie, and it was a little emotional, but, I was attacking. Oh, I'm sorry, there's more. I had my leftover Chinese food, too. Chicken and broccoli and fried rice.
Well,
wow.
that's okay.
Yeah. Disgusting. And then I come over here to the studio, and I see myself in the funhouse mirror. I'm like, you disgusting animal.
Well, the mirror's on an angle, so it's making your lower part bigger than it looks.
It's very nice of you to say, Joe, but no.
But that's
Is that true?
yeah.
All right.
my
It's on an angle. It
God.
distorts
Well,
everything.
That doesn't explain for my neck.
That's why you can't
eating my
trust
head currently.
you
It looks
can't-
like my neck has started eating my head. It doesn't explain for that.
because it's like your head is getting smaller in the mirror.
I got
That's why
it.
you can't trust the phone camera
God.
either. They distort the image. There's never the right proportions.
Kelly Bones never gonna go at me when I'm less fat. She's not gonna. Another shout out to a friend of ours. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
We are excited to have the Comedy Film Festival. Joe, you want to tell us a little more about that festival coming up?
Oh yeah, so we have at the Plaza Mac in Patchogue.
Long Island.
Yep. There we have on filmfreeway.com Plaza Mac Comedy Short Film Contest. Basically, you make a 3-minute short film, comedy short film, and there's 3 elements that you have to put in your film, no matter what. You could do any type of thing you want with it, any story you want, but there's 3 elements. So if you go on filmfreeway.com, PLAZAMAC comedy short film contest. Yeah, you could submit, and we're gonna have a big screening with the finalists October 3rd. So you get to see your short on the big screen.
I'm a judge, right? Aren't I a judge?
What?
Am I a judge or something?
Yeah, Chris is a judge. I didn't put you down. Can
Oh.
I add you to that?
You can add it because I am
the
going to be
thing?
so judgy.
Yeah. So
Oh
when the
my
films come in, then you watch
God.
it here or something. With
Yeah. What's going to happen? I'm going to be so judgy. If I don't like the filmmaker's shoes, they're fucking out.
Don't worry, filmmakers. I won't let that happen.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. It's such a cute little theater, and just Patchogue in general is so much to do there now. It's such an awesome little town now. You know,
cool to get a lot of the stand-up comics to make compete
Oh,
with the
we
contest.
lost it.
what happened?
What happened?
I don't know.
We're streaming the camera. Go check the.
The camera went dead?
Yeah, well, it's still streaming though. The camera. Can you
Oh, my God. As I'm drinking the sugariest,
I could just
delicious Mumsy drink.
stand by. We're still here.
Oh, we're fixing the
still here.
camera. All right.
On and off.
Let's see. I'm gonna get. You know what I want to talk about next? Why
Is it on?
Christine fixes the camera. Again, we're going to be working out some kinks here,
It's on.
but we're pretty darn excited. You know,
It's on.
we had a lot of fun over at Governor's. That was a lot of fun.
What's happening? Oh, there it comes. It's
That was
back.
a lot of fun.
It
I'm gonna
went-
miss Tony.
I guess it went to like auto sleep or something. All right, we're good. You all right? We're good. Yeah, come. Yeah, come
It's
on back.
amazing. Joe is so tech savvy with
It's
all these
fine.
cameras
It's
and
on.
stuff,
It's on.
being a filmmaker, and
It was a stupid setting on the.
Christine has
Just show
got
off.
herself quite a knowledge of working cameras and lighting, I noticed, just from working with you. You guys have done a lot of private projects on the side.
Yeah.
Okay, so getting back to Fat, I was half watching a reality show called Love Is Blind. Christine, you've seen it before.
Yes, and Joe was working on something one night when I started watching it, and he wasn't interested, and he was like, "What is this crap?" And I was like, "I
Could
don't
you?
know. It's just like a show you want to have like brain rot."
Yeah, could you? And I don't like reality shows that are just showing people at their worst. I like reality shows that are showing skill and talent. But Diane was watching this as I was eating my sandwich and sitting next to her, drinking my coffee, and I'm like, next thing you know, I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then I'll come home late at night, I'm like, what happened with that couple?
Yeah, that's
What
what
happened with
ended up
that couple?
happening with Joe. Like, you get sucked in.
And then I'm like, oh my God, it's happening to me. It's happening.
Yeah.
But, so can you,
So you got into it.
yeah, can you explain the premise of the show? Probably better than
Basically, the premise of the show, well, it's hosted by Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey, who are a couple. And
I. Oh, I didn't know that was his wife.
you didn't?
No, and Nick Lachey got famous by marrying.
He was famous from the boy band 98 Degrees.
Oh, that's right, and he
his
married.
brother Drew Lachey. He was my favorite. Drew Lachey was like, because you know how like with the boy bands and the girl bands, like,
Yeah,
you had your
yeah.
favorite. Anyways, so
That sounds like a cologne. Drew Lachey, Drew Lachey, Jean
Nick
Natey, Jean
Drew
Natey,
Lachey.
Nick Lachey.
So yeah, so they host the show, and basically what it is that they take a group of guys and a group of girls, and they set them up on blind dates, and they meet in these pods. They call them pods.
Right.
And they talk to each other
Through the
they-
wall.
through the wall, and they never see each other's faces, and
No.
they're getting to know each other on these dates, and they do
Getting to
tons
know.
of dates
Yes.
per day.
They fall in love with each other.
And then they narrow down who they have connections with, and yeah, eventually they get engaged, and then they go on their honeymoon, and their honeymoon is where they decide, they learn about each other
Right.
after
right,
they
right,
have revealed themselves to each other,
Right.
and then they get married, and then at the wedding they decide if they're going to stay together or not. But the thing is love triangles develop because you could have a connection with two people,
Love
and that's
triangle.
where the drama comes in.
Yes, love triangles.
So that
Usually ends with the
then
police.
like because they can't see who the person is,
Yeah.
But it's funny that you could catch people trying to navigate and ask questions to kind of get an idea of what they look like.
Right. But that's one of my favorite things. There was this Indian guy.
Trying to figure it out.
This Indian guy was so funny. Like, you don't want to ask. You never want to ask, even in any circumstance, ask a woman how much she weighs in any circumstance. And he's like, he was so like clever about it. He's like, okay, if we were at a concert, could I put you on my shoulders?
Oh my God, he's such a jackass. That guy.
He was jackass, but he was making me laugh.
There was another one too, where it was like,
if we were in bed and you laid on top of me, would I die?
Oh my God, what an asshole.
there was another one too, where it was just like, I really love food. I love food like that. I think she was saying how much she loved food, but like,
yes,
you know what I mean? Like, it's like they get those types of questions. It's fucked up. But that's because that's not even the point. You're not supposed to be a shallow prick.
No.
And you want to know something? I'll give away a spoiler, Chris, is that in one of the later seasons, one of the girls refers to herself, or she says that she's been compared to, I believe it was Megan Fox. Was it Megan Fox, Joe?
Yes, I think I saw that one.
And that's why the guy picked her. And then it turned out that
yeah,
to
did
him,
not look like Megan
to him,
Fox.
she did not.
Oh, I just had a terrible flashback.
She was
Why?
she was
What
nice.
happened?
And I'm going to tell a story. I may have told it on another podcast. It was the woman in the early days before cell phones.
Okay.
I was dating people when I was single in my late 20s on a local publication called the Yankee Trader.
Was this in the newspaper?
Yes. It was, I'll keep going.
Keep going. Yeah.
It was in the back. There was a phone number you could call. And, hold on, Christine's fixing the phone, the camera.
I don't.
Signal, we're working at the Kings, we're working at the Kings, working at the Kings. Hold on, that story.
Battery. What's the battery?
Is that good? We're back on? Okay. So,
All right,
I
you
would
guys-
meet women. I would meet women through this Yankee Trader. And also I was meeting women at Love at AOL, which turned into Match.com. And this is back when it was like embarrassing to tell someone you were dating through a dating website. It was embarrassing. You didn't want anybody to know. So this one girl, and that's when I came up with this rule. The rule for online dating was, this is before you could see a picture of them. The rule was, you talk on the phone, you don't talk on the phone more than twice, and you keep it to like 10 minutes, right? After that, you set up a date. And the rule of the first date was, we have one drink, and then we leave, go our separate ways, and we see how we feel, and we call each other the next day.
Oh, I remember this.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the rule for calling each other the next day was just in case. Like one day I was on a date with this girl. I'm like, you want another drink? She goes, what happened to the one drink rule? I'm like, that was just in case you were ugly.
Oh my God.
But yeah, but it's safe. I came up with it because I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. This one girl was describing her to me. She was describing herself to me like she was a cute little blonde. She sounded so cute over the phone. And I started to have feelings for her because I was speaking to her so much. She invites me over her house. I walk up to the front door, and when she came to the front door, I was nothing short. Now, I don't consider myself a shallow person, but I was nothing short than horrified.
Really?
Horrified. She told me she had a scar on her nose. I go, no big deal. You had a stitches? No big deal. The scar ran from the forehead down her nose, down to her face. They had a cut. She had some kind of like cyst growing, like her nose looked like a big Irish clump.
Oh,
And
this poor girl.
She had all these surgeries, and my heart, I was horrified, but also felt bad for her. So she goes, you want to come in? I'm like, sure. And I sat down, and I talked to her for about a half hour. And she was, I'm telling you, she was like, it was like really bad. It was like, I'm trying to explain how bad. You saw the movie Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like her face was like distorted, and
Oh, this poor girl.
Yeah,
but you developed feelings for her.
yeah, she must have had all these facial reconstruction surgeries because she had some kind of growth or some kind of deformity. She had a face deformity.
And she didn't tell you the extent of it?
No. And then I'm like, I started having anxiety. So I'm like, you know what? After a half hour, I said, I'm going to leave. She's like, that's okay. You stayed a lot longer than the other guys. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, some guys walk up to the front door and they look at me and they turn around.
Are you serious?
I'll never get that. I was so heartbroken for her. But then I started getting paranoid. Like, what if she makes like false accusations against me?
Because you were in the house.
Yes. So I immediately went down to, I went to Burger King, I remember, and I ordered something and I kept the receipt just to prove something with a timestamp on it. But nothing ever happened. She was just, you know, she went through a lot of pain trying to date, but
That's really sad.
it's a lot of self-inflicted pain too for not being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one thing, you know, okay, this girl said she looks like Megan Fox, and maybe you look at her and you're pretty, but you look like Megan Fox if her forehead was 5 times the size, you know, but this was like heartbreaking. It was horrifying, and I don't use that word. That's what her face looked like. It looked like something from a horror movie.
The poor girl.
To no fault of her own. She went through probably hell back with like.
But then I feel bad because you're in a situation too where you don't know
Yeah,
what to
she
do.
put me in that situation, and she put other people in that situation by being dishonest.
Right.
But she was so. The sad thing is, she was so lonely.
Oh.
And I sat down, I spent the time, and I talked with her about just like movies and stuff like that. And I don't know, maybe things were different today. I would still keep in touch with her.
Yeah.
You know, through Instagram or something.
It's interesting how the dating scene has changed so much since you started dating. Well, when you were dating online, how it was like almost like it was almost like something that was frowned upon.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Sounds like that. Like you didn't tell anybody that that's how you met, and
Oh,
now
no.
it's like that's the only way
It
people
seemed
seem to meet.
Yeah, to me, what I was doing was I would do okay. I would go to bars and clubs, and I would always do well. I would do good, but I felt like I was expanding my dating pool. Like, let me widen the spectrum and see what else is out there. And I met a couple of nice people. I remember one girl I really, really liked, but the drinking. She had this drinking thing that kind of like weared me down after a while. Like, I met some nice people on there. I met one girl that I really liked, but she was horrified that she was doing it. Like, you could see the whole date, she was like nervous, like somebody was gonna like call her out on it. I'm like, listen, nobody cares.
Wow.
Nobody has to know we did this.
It was that stigmatized.
And nobody cares. And she was like, looked like she was about to have an anxiety attack. I'm like, do you want to go? She's like, yeah, I think I need to go. And I was like, all right.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, and this is like, I was a cop back then. I was working out. I was a good-looking guy, But yeah, so the dating thing now with this whole Tinder, I think it's called, and they swipe and stuff. It seems like it's so the internet, and again, that's why the divorce rate's so high. It's so easy to start over.
Yeah.
It's so there's less of a stigma of getting divorced. The shame isn't what it used to be. You could just start over, and now you start over. You're considered brave. Back then, you were considered to be a sinner.
Yeah.
When I say back then, I'm talking like the 80s,
Like,
even the 90s.
and then back then, you couldn't even have sex without getting married first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it went from not having sex before marriage to marriage to divorcing is frowned upon, and now it's
I do feel bad though.
not everybody's.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
the younger generation, because they will never understand.
Well, they're not even having sex.
Yeah, I hear so many odd things.
now they're just not having sex.
I heard about
apparently.
that. Like there was a generation where they were having like sex unbelievable. It was not the millennials, maybe the ones.
The boomers.
The boomers. I was like, oh my god! I heard.
That's my dad.
No. The ones that are younger than us. I'm so sorry. What generation are you guys?
We're on the cusp. We're millennials technically. We're the very beginning of the
Gen X.
millennials.
And what am I? Am I Gen X?
You're Gen X.
You're Gen X.
Maybe it was the millennials. I heard that like when they were like in like high school, the kids were having sex young, and where we were like just playing spin the bottle. I was like, wow, they're doing this young. And
Yeah. I don't know.
like BJ's were
Yeah.
like just
Like how young?
like a hello.
When you BJ?
What?
How young?
Hello.
Spit it out,
How
Joe.
young were you?
Spit
when
it
you had
out.
My first was
This is so awkward.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm just kidding.
I think
'Cause
I
you're
was like in the 6th grade. That's another thing.
No, because it was
my
like spin the
God.
bottle.
6th grade summer. We had listen,
6th grade?
when I grew up, my neighborhood was scarce. Scarce. That's
You're
all
like
I'll
in
say.
a small town.
Scarce, which was probably
6th
better for
grade
me.
is really young.
Yeah.
Just a small town.
I know
dude.
the answer to this with Joe, so I'm
Couldn't get-
answering.
I was 6th grade.
Fellatio.
I didn't have sex until I was in the 11th grade, but I was having like I was messing around from like the 7th grade, 8th grade, and then all of a sudden I became in 11th grade. I got a girlfriend, and that's another story.
Mm.
Just say it was a very itchy experience. That's all I'll say.
Oh.
And let's
That's what I call a sticky situation.
it's a sticky situation. How about this? Why don't we dive into our sponsors right now?
Oh, yeah. Perfect timing.
A big shout out to Leah at Main Street Tattoo. She's officially the new owner. And you got to see what she's doing with this place. She's decorating it in like kind of like those Halloween colors, which are, the purple and the orange and the greens. It is so cool what she's doing in such a classy way. And it's all Universal monster themed. There's like Frankenstein, Dracula. She's got these statues, and it's just phenomenal. So Main Street Tattoo at 631-663-3137 here in Kings Park on Long Island. And also Vinny over at Hair Force One, 1232 Grundy Avenue in Holbrook, New York, 631-467-9800. Those are our sponsors, and we are grateful for them.
I think we got to go with the 32-ounce mason jars.
32 ounce.
Ooh,
Or at
he
least what
likes
is
the
this?
he likes the sex on the
What's this,
bay.
8 ounces?
I do think that the
16?
best.
Eight-
This
this is 8
is. Hold on
ounces?
a second.
Okay,
Double
just
that-
This is 14
we're all
ounces
drinking.
14 ounces.
up to the very top.
What is the alcohol
So
in
we
here
need a
again?
28.
What's the alcohol in here again? It's an orange.
It's an
liqueur?
orange liqueur. It's with vodka. It's made with.
Absolute.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I
Best
think
kind.
that the best way to do the mixer,
Right.
because I tried it with the orange juice, the sex on the bay is the orange liqueur with a dash, just a splash of the cranberry,
Right.
and then we like the fizz. Chris and I like the fizz. Joey does not like the
I
fizz.
like a fizz.
I'm not a fan of the fizz.
I
So
like a
the club
fizz.
soda, with the club soda, it really is delicious.
Yes.
Mumsy, your drink mixing.
Fantastical Mumsy.
Mumsy, we love your liqueur. Thank you, Mumsy.
Thank you, Mumsy.
And time for a funny story.
Ooh.
I have many stories back from when I used to manage adult stores. Some a little too risque, I won't say them, but this one in particular, the stores would get broken into a lot. And I'm always fascinated with the criminal mind, how they get in. They would pry open the back door. They would come through the roof. This one guy came in, broke in, two guys, and they must have scouted the place because they knew where the cameras were by the front. We had like a camera over the register, so we keep an eye on that. It was like pointing down over the register from the ceiling, so we could watch the employees' hands, making sure they weren't pressing like the delete button after logging a sale in, which was a very common thing.
We're playing with the toys.
Yes. These two guys came in, and their back, they're wearing hooded sweatshirts, and their back was to the camera the whole time. Now, by their physique alone, this is in Farmingville, and Farmingville was known at the time, I don't know if it still is, Farmingville, New York was known as the day laborer capital of the world. So there was always like scores of these day laborers from, I guess you would say, Ecuador, all over the place. And, stepping on dangerous ground here, if you put a gun to my head and said, who do you think's doing that just by their body frame alone, I'd say that's a day laborer. There's the stockiness, I seen them every day. I was around them every day. I would hire them all the time to do cleanups at the stores. And when I saw the guy clean the stuff off the wall, just the short frame with the stocky, I'm like, he looks like one of those guys, the frame, just the frame alone. So I know you got to be careful, like, all right, that's borderline racist, but I'm just saying, if there was a gun to my head and they're like, you have to guess the identity of this guy taking the products off the wall, I would say He was from Ecuador.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Now, please, mind you, listeners, there's a gun to my head as I'm saying this in this hypothetical. We have pretzel rods. So what he did was grab garbage bags. He didn't go by the register. He didn't go for the money. He started shopping.
Oh my god.
Like almost like you know those contests where these shopping contests where they give people a shopping cart. You have 1 minute
To fill that bitch up.
This guy was running with a shot like he was filling that bag up. This a deep, one of those heavy duty drumliner garbage bags, 55-gallon. He was filling that sucker up.
Now, what was he was he focusing mainly on toys or tapes?
I've no toys. I remember he was specifically near the vibrating and non-vibrating walls.
Oh my god.
Everything was categorized. All even the toys were categorized into different categories, and he was strictly by the vibrating and non-vibrating walls. So he gets away, but we had the stickers that were on our products had our store logo.
Okay.
The price stickers. They caught someone, detectives from the local precinct caught someone selling adult novelties out of the trunk of their car at the local train station. It had our stickers on them, and the guy was a day laborer.
Wow.
They caught him.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and now
I mean, it's not very smart that he
No.
left the label on.
he was like right near like the coffee truck too. Like you imagine like, hey, you go to the coffee truck. Can I get a coffee and a roll? Oh my God, dildos.
I know. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, selling them out of the back of his car.
Wow.
It went from that to limes on the corner of 109 and New Highway.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, that's a
You know, like
strange
they're
thing.
selling, like,
That's
all
a
these random
strange thing
things.
at the train station.
Because when you
Yeah.
see guys that are selling those like stuff at the stoplights.
Oh, like the fruit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but some of it's just like random. There's just like a bag of limes,
Right.
but that's it.
Who's gonna get a bag of limes?
I don't know.
I've seen that though.
Yeah. I was like, what is this?
Now you're a business person. Here's your demographic.
Okay.
It's people of all ages and races, 18 and over. Let's try to find a common denominator that you want to sell them. Bottled water, perfect.
Good.
Bottled water.
Everybody drinks water. We need water to survive.
I see people with cups of mango. Not too bad. Maybe in the summer.
Yeah.
Who was the person in this meeting said, you know what? Bag of limes.
Or even more importantly, bag of dildos.
Bag of dildos. Yes.
What about the ones that are asking for money around Long Island, but every time you see them, they're in like a brand new outfit?
Yeah, there's a couple guys, and I always give them money. I'm saying to
Almost like
myself, if you're standing here, I don't care if you're a millionaire. If you're standing out here in the rain, I saw another guy standing out. He had leather skin. He was out in the heat. He was slurring. I'm giving that guy money just to stand there.
Yeah.
I don't care, man. People always joke like, oh, he's probably got a mansion in the Hamptons. No, he doesn't.
Remember the guy that goes around New York? I think it was New York, and he was pretending to be disabled in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And he had like acted like as if he had autism.
Oh yeah.
How crazy! And he was just like asking for money and stuff, and then somebody caught, like a reporter caught him, and he just like laughed it off, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Go back to work." That guy's fucked up.
In the city, if you make eye contact with them, it feels. You know what? I see guys. Sometimes I'll give people money, but sometimes I look at them and like, this guy looks like he's strung out on something, and now I'm a devout Catholic, and I see a guy dressed poorly, and looks like he's out of his skull on drugs, and he asks me for money, and I say no. Like, just my luck, I'm going to go to the pearly gates, and Jesus is going to be dressed like that guy. Yo, remember me? Remember when you said no to me? I'm like, oh, but, you were slurring your words.
I know.
Here-
It's hard.
Here's a tactic that works.
Okay.
Or that did work at least years ago. We were in the city, and friends of mine, when you see them approaching you,
Right.
because it's like, there's some that you feel bad for, but then obviously there's some that are just doing,
Don't make eye contact.
But as they're approaching you, rush them quickly and say, "Do you have a dollar? Do you have a dollar?" We did that a couple times, and then like the dudes would be like, and then just walk because they don't want to. What? I need a dollar. Can
Oh,
you
you
have
rush
that?
to
I
them.
rush to them
Do you have a dollar?
and ask them for a dollar before they can ask you.
The
And
end
then
of
they
times
just
is
move
near.
on, and they'll move on.
I'm gonna try that, Joe.
I've never heard of this
Try
tactic.
it.
I'll try it, but if I get stabbed,
Just be like, "Do you have a dollar? Do you have a
Wow.
dollar?"
Jesus.
And they'll just shake their head and walk away.
Wow.
Wow.
Because I mean, there's some guys that I mean, yeah, I've given money to people that were,
Mhm.
homeless people and stuff. Homeless persons. I'm sorry, homeless persons. Right?
What are they called now?
Is that the
Sorry.
new term? Oh,
The new term, I believe, is
we talked about this.
um,
Out of home,
Uh,
out home.
what is it called? The new term? It's not. It's not
Unhoused.
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 Unhoused persons.
Unhoused. Yeah.
Okay, so but then there's some where it's just like it's just constant. You're just hanging around the train station, and then all of a sudden you're nodding out because you just shot up at the train station. You know what I mean?
It's hard when you're a holy roller,
is, it
because when
is.
you're a holy roller, you don't know if Jesus is standing with you in the elevator. That was something that my
Shut up, Joe.
someone taught me that many years ago, and there's been some beautiful stories that I've heard about where people have thought,
Right.
people that I've met personally have thought that Jesus had presented themselves or not to them, and it was in a way where it was fleeting, but they were sure because of
They were sure it was him.
the message that was sent.
Wow.
And it reminded me when you said that,
Right.
about the whole pearly gates thing.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think it would be, that would be held against you, but that in saying that, what I mean by that is treat everybody with dignity and respect at all times, regardless of
Yeah.
how they look, how they smell, what's going on with them, because they might be in an unfortunate situation. But the thing is, you really never know
No.
who you're talking to, and everybody.
Never. And when it comes to charity, I am tormented, especially when you're on Facebook and you see all these a sick animal
Oh,
or a sick child. And from what I understand, a lot of these charities they're not being honest with the way they divvy up the money, or the people running it are getting all the money. So I am always like confused. I want to give, but I want to make sure it's going to the people who need it,
right.
not to the overhead for the company. And that always freaks me out. Another thing is like, and also charity, they say, in the Bible that it should be anonymous. Don't let your left hand know. And,
Exactly.
I get a friend, he'll preach the Bible. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. But he's always telling me about money. I gave this guy a sandwich. I'm like, why are you telling me this?
Right.
You just undid what you did. Do it and shut up. Another friend of mine would go around, she would go around a town and pay everybody's parking every Christmas. And it made her feel good, but now you're doing it for a selfish reason.
Right.
Like the
Right.
meter maid and Jackass.
Yeah. Also, not only are you
Responsibility.
doing it for a selfish reason to make yourself feel better, but now you just told me about it, which negated anything charitable about it. Now you're just doing it to make yourself look like I am a good person. That's another thing. When somebody tells you I'm a good person, that is the biggest red flag for
Yeah.
they are not a good person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's pretty deep, right?
Yeah. I've read that in some of these articles that they say certain things people say, psychologists
Oh, yeah.
are finding certain phrases that people
Yes.
say. A big one that I've read recently is "You're too sensitive. You're too stop being dramatic."
Yes.
Oh, it was just a joke.
No, it wasn't a joke.
Right. These are the things that people are saying to look out for certain personality disorders
Yeah.
and like types of abuse, right? So that one I've heard is that when somebody says, "I'm a good person,"
They're not a good person. If you need to reassure me that you're a good person, guess what? You're not a good person. Also, I learned that there was a guy named Wayne
Guess
Dyer.
what?
You remember a guy named Wayne Dyer? He was like one of these
Yes.
spiritual authors.
Yes.
I got to meet him too. He was such
Really?
a good guy. Yeah, I met him at the Huntington Book Review when it was open, and he would say when it comes to people trying to victimize you, the number one word, if somebody uses the word should, they're trying to victimize you, because how can you should have done something when you already did it?
Right.
So you should have do it that way. You should have done it this way. Victimizing.
There's a whole book on this called "Don't Should Yourself."
Don't should yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I say. If somebody ever says the word should to me, I'm like, don't should on me.
Yeah,
Don't should on me.
it's true.
It's victimizing, and you start picking up on it.
Yeah.
Also, I got a friend of mine. She'll text me stuff. She'll say something mean and condescending on a post, and then when I respond, like, I don't think that's funny or that's rude, she's like, I was just kidding.
Yeah.
It was a joke. Lighten up. Like, all of a sudden, you're the
problem.
for
Oh,
taking it too serious.
It's
But
called gaslighting.
yeah,
This is an interesting article, actually, I found that says 11 things. Okay, so women who only think of themselves say these 11 things.
let's hear him.
You always do this.
Yep.
I don't want to argue.
Yep.
You're being insecure.
That's a big one.
You're the only one who thinks that.
Yep.
You're making a big deal out of nothing.
Oh my God, I'm gonna pick up the phone in a second.
I don't see why this is such a problem.
I don't see why it's such a problem.
Why are you bringing this up now?
Right.
It is what it is.
This is what women say.
Hold on.
These are little red flags.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
If you loved me, you'd believe me.
That's manipulative. Manipulative.
And here's the last one. You only see the bad in me.
Oh.
So this is 11 phrases who people that only think of themselves. You should look out for. I read it and I
Wouldn't that go both ways?
bookmarked it as
Why is it just for
podcast
women, though?
material.
No, meant
it's-
to. Yeah, meant to.
It's men, but I'm
But when-
saying that was what the article said. They
Right.
do this for clickbait to get
Right,
men
right.
angry at women and women
course.
angry at men.
Yes.
That article particularly said women, but it is a universal
Yeah.
Right.
thing.
It's so that a bunch of guys can comment like, "Oh, that happens to me,"
A lot of
Right.
these,
and then they get money for it.
yes, a lot of these Instagram people will start these Instagram pages, and all they're doing is clickbait. They're saying something to offend someone.
Right.
Next thing you know, there's people fighting on this. This. Okay, here's something that bothers me, and I'm about to start saying something. Is these Christian people will start these Christian Facebook pages, and it all ends. They quote say something from Luke, blah 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 blah. If you agree, type amen.
Amen.
You know what I do? I say amen. Why do I have to type it so you can get the views?
I know.
It's
I do
so-
that.
it's so
I
selfish.
do type amen to these, though.
It's-
I do.
it's,
I want to run that. Listen, you don't have to type amen. Just say amen. Joe is
write-
holding his ass down right now.
All right, hail Satan.
What, Joe?
Satan.
Joseph.
What is that? Did I blasphemy?
No.
You
No.
guys, you could feel like you're gonna get struck by lightning.
No.
No.
Is it what?
No, but those
I-
articles, the
it's-
clickbait. I've been noticing Battle of the Sexes.
Haven't you noticed that
Shit
most of
online.
the scams come from religions?
Yeah, they do. Unfortunately, there's people. They use that angle. Evil people will use the angle of religion to steal from people. It's horrible. There's horrible, horrible human beings out there.
You guys go to you go to Catholic church, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't go to a Christian church.
No.
Yeah.
Well, here it is.
Because when you go to a Christian, next time I was gonna say, if you ever really listen to what the pastor when he does his spiel.
Well, can I just say, I heard a good saying. Not all Christians are Catholic, but all Catholics are Christians. That's
Yeah.
just
Well, that's the thing too. Like I know born again Christians that will almost like Catholics mean nothing to them, or like it's just so wrong
Yeah.
for them to believe it's like they're the superior ones. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, yet you all believe in the same.
I know it's.
You know-
I don't get. I try not to get judgy. I know what you mean. I try not to get judgy.
I just know those people. I met a lot of those people that are like that. So
I went
I
to. I
have
did
that
a.
experience.
I did a comedy show at a Christian church, and I got to tell you, I loved everybody there. Everybody that was so kind. What was missing from my church that I saw at this Christian church was smiling, happiness, and it was all these things that made me attracted to this church. But on the same token, I don't agree with a lot of the things they're doing, the way they're praying, and there's certain things I don't agree with there. But I was very envious of the closeness and the overall attitude of the people there. There was a closeness and a happiness, like a family. And the Catholic Church kind of there's still that
Ritual.
judgy lingering guilt thing that, oh God, it just that's what pushed me away from the church, was the whole guilt thing for a while. Then I came back. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm gonna approach this. I'm gonna have my own relationship with God, and I'm gonna read the Bible on my own. I still go to church, and I love going to church, but I don't. I catch myself sometimes being judgy. I'm like, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Even like see all these denominations of Christianity, which basically, I mean, you could say they didn't like what they kind of tailored it to fit their lifestyle. They tweaked changes. There's so many denominations of Christianity that people have tweaked, removed books to fit their lifestyle. This makes me feel guilty. Get rid of that. It's a tough thing to get into, especially if you want to debate with another Christian. It just because I don't disagree with anything. I mean, I do disagree with the praying part and the holding Starbucks cups up to the sky.
Have you been in a room when they spoke in tongues?
No, I haven't done. You've been there as a kid, right?
I've seen that. Yeah,
That
not even
sounds
as a kid.
frightening.
As a teen, yeah, I was older.
See,
older.
again, devout Catholic and this whole tongue thing.
They're literally not.
I don't know. I don't know if I buy into that.
Eyes rolling in the back of their heads.
I don't buy into it. I think that's like the drinking the fruit punch. I think that's when.
It's just psychotic.
Yeah,
That's
there's a lot of things I don't agree with
it's
the Catholic
culty.
Church.
It's just the only. That's why I feel. Well, many like Christopher Hitt, it's like the one thing that separates religion from a cult is the amount of people involved in it.
Yeah,
Because if it was, if you take Christianity and there was like a small group of people of like 500, you call it a cult. Not saying about you what you believe in or what you believe in,
Okay.
but that's how that's the difference between because of the organization. And a lot of people do dangerous things or hurt themselves because of it, because they have these thoughts in their mind that they think that somebody is judging or guilting, the guilt trip.
That's another thing when
You shouldn't have to be
No.
fear for someone who tries to get you involved in their club.
no,
No, one
exactly. And you shouldn't hurt them for not joining.
No.
Yeah.
So but that's my
Yeah.
what do you?
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking about the whole Leah Remini thing and the
Yeah.
Scientology thing that we watched, and I never knew what ended up happening with that.
Yeah,
She, what do we got there?
an hour and two. We're over.
All right.
All right, we can
Yeah.
wrap it up. But you want to wrap it
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
You talk about Leah, guy.
I don't know. I always wondered because we
can go
watched
till
that
it's
show
over.
and then I don't know what ended up happening with that.
I never watched
Do
the whole
you?
thing, but my friend did security for her, and they were season 2 of Kevin Can Wait. They built a fenced-in. There wasn't a fenced-in parking lot for the staff and actors, but season 2, when she joined, the security definitely got beefed up. And my friend who would do security for her, he goes, we were under the car with mirrors and everything. Like they were feared for her life.
Yeah, it makes me think of like what you were saying, like with her, it's like people that go into these things with strong conviction and want to they're do-gooders and they're
Right.
good people, and then it ends up turning sideways
Yeah.
because people don't know sometimes what they're getting
Yeah.
into.
So
But the intention a lot of the time is good.
I told you guys the Ron Duguay, Leah Remini story when he came to set. Ron Duguay was one of my heroes from the New York Rangers who I became friends with.
Oh, yeah.
And he met Leah, and she said to him, because he was dating Cher and Farrah Fawcett, and all these girls from New York had the Ron Duguay poster on the wall with his flowing. He didn't have a helmet. You didn't have to wear helmets back then, so he had his hair flowing when he skated.
Oh, my
and
God.
yeah, and so he goes to meet Leah, and we walked up to her dressing room, and I'm like, let's just wait for her to come out, or let's knock. He just walked right in there. He's so confident and so good looking. and I was standing outside, like I was getting ready to run. Like if I heard who the fuck told you to come in here, I would have been gone. And this was at the finale of season 2. Anyway, I heard her say to him, "Listen, I'm so sorry I don't know who you are, but I was in a cult."
Oh my God.
Yes.
Aw.
And
That's really sad.
It's sad, but hey, listen, big shout out and big lots of prayers to Ron Duguay, who's getting over a colon cancer.
Aw.
And he's on the mend. My brother's on the mend, and we're pulling for him. Ron Duguay, good egg. All right, so listen. This was episode 21 of The Psychology of Fuckery. And, yeah, we had some laugh. And it was another episode where we got a little deep. Sometimes we get deep. Sometimes we get silly. Tonight we got a little deep.
Next time we have to talk about funny stories.
Yeah,
that
let's
have
come up with
happened
some
to
fun
us.
topics, you know.
Get some laughter.
You know. All right, next week we'll be talking about Flint, Michigan. And if you guys want to tune it. No, I'm just kidding. God forbid. All right. Another episode of
Pet owners.
another episode in the books. We'll see you next week. Live from where are we?
Shitbox Studio. Belt's hair, baby.
Ooh.
Belt's hair.
Peace.
In the Shitbox Studio.
Peace, love, and Adderall.
Peace, love, and hair.